Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video we're gonna get this F-150 Raptor style grill installed on my vehicle. So this one actually includes a light bar. This is just some hardware that's included in the box. We got the wiring harness for the 3 amber lights. That's where they plug in. We got some more hardware for the LED light bar if you need it. In this case we won't need it because we're just going to install it directly onto the grill. There's just 2 screw holes on each side of the light, and there's just some hex screws that's included. You want to go ahead and just prep it, get that in there and screw it nice and snug, not too tight so that you crack the plastic. So this is something extra that I purchased. It does not come with this grill. It's just a wireless controller. So basically it just includes some wiring and obviously the controller and the remote to basically control the LED light bar. I'm going to get it hooked up and we're going to be able to turn it on and off with this wireless remote right here. It should be pretty cool, and it should be a bit easier too because it's wireless, right? We don't have to run an actual wire into the cabin of the vehicle. We'll see how it works out. Alright guys, so now that we got the aftermarket grill prepped up, we could go ahead and remove the factory OEM grill. It is a process. I'm not going to show you guys how to remove it in this video because there's so many good videos already out there. I'll definitely include the link in the description of the video that I watched before I decided to tackle this. So go ahead and watch that video, get the grill removed, and then we could move forward from there. Alright, I got the OEM grill out. Now we're gonna just go ahead and fish this cable for the wireless controller. This is the controller end, which is obviously gonna get wired up to the car's battery. And this is the end that's gonna get wired up to the LED light bar. So I just fished the cable through the vehicle's frame here. It's just, there's an opening here in the frame. You could do it however you like, but I think this is the easiest way for me. So I just got it in through there. That's from the front. So just go ahead and get it through here. And then obviously follow, I think it would be best to just follow this wiring harness right here. That's the wiring for the active grill. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tie wrap onto this wire. That way the end that has to get wired up to the LED light bar kind of comes out in the same area, and we're not gonna really block anything because it's existing, right? It's not gonna hit the fan or anything. Get it nice and snug and tie wrapped on there and it should be okay. So I went ahead and I got the new aftermarket grill attached onto the OEM grill, the back part. I got all the cables routed up to this top area. So the cable for the LED light bar, and then the 3 connection points for the amber lights. So we're gonna just get it up here, and then that way we could connect the 3 cables for the amber lights, and then we could splice the LED light bar cable onto the controller. So once you do this, you could go ahead and prep the cable on the car. So I just got the controller cable nice and neat and tie wrapped onto the existing wiring harness for the active grill. So just get it tie wrapped and get it nice and neat, and then after that you could go ahead and get the whole grill assembly back onto the car, and then we could splice the cable onto the LED light bar. So I went ahead and I roughly put the grill onto the car. I didn't really tighten anything up as I just wanted to get the cable spliced into the controller and just give it a quick test and make sure everything's working before I securely got the grill back onto the car and I put everything away. So I just went ahead and I did a splice, and then obviously this end, it just gets hooked up onto the car's battery. So for the negative, I just attached it onto the ground wire that comes off the battery and goes onto the car's frame. The bolt was pretty much the right size and it just fit in there nicely, the cable. And then the positive side, obviously I got it on the positive bolt there. Just undo it and then put it on and get your bolt back on there. And then I just pretty much tucked the existing cable just on the side there with the controller. Like I said before, I didn't tighten anything up because I just wanted to give it a test. So, moment of truth. Let's turn it on. Let's see if it's working. Okay, it's working good. So now let's go ahead and wire in the 3 amber LEDs. So I went ahead and I grabbed the harness for the LEDs and I plugged them in here. I just pretty much routed the cables towards the right side of the vehicle, so the driver's side headlight, we're just gonna wire it into the parking lamp there. Just make sure when you're routing your cables not to block anything, not to block the mechanism for the hood latch. So I just tie wrapped it as I went down to make sure it's nice and secure. I went down through here in this little area right here behind the grill there. Just kept going down towards the headlight and then down out from this area right here. We got the cable up to this end. This is the wire that we're gonna tap into. It's just a parking lamp. We're all done on this end, so we could go ahead and put this cover back on and get it secure. So we got the cable to this end. We're gonna go ahead and tap it in now. So we're just gonna tap it into one of the headlight parking lamp wires. So basically when we unlock the car, those LEDs will turn on and the LEDs will turn on according to these lights. So obviously there's gonna be a positive and a negative. The black one is gonna be negative and the green one is gonna be positive. So usually the darker one is negative and the lighter one is positive. You could use a voltmeter to make sure and just to be sure which one's positive and negative. So we're gonna use some wire tappers and basically just tap onto this cable so we could get the amber LEDs lit up. So this is the wire tappers that I'm gonna use. Basically the wires just go in there and then you just crimp it down and then it just makes contact to the actual conductor. So this is just one. You're gonna need 2 for each conductor. So 1 for positive, 1 for negative. Alright guys, I got the wires all tapped in. Got some tape over it. Let's give it a test. Unlock. Should turn on. Nice. And free lock it. Should turn off.